Shey Peddy, welcome to the podcast. Thanks for
Thank
being
you
here
for
today.
having me. I'm excited.
Likewise. Comeback season for you. This is a big one. Talk to me about how you're feeling right now.
I'm feeling really good. I spent the last 8 months in Phoenix really working hard, preparing for the season, trying to recover from my Achilles tendon rupture. And it's been good. I have great strides. Obviously, I have good and bad days, but I'm just very excited to get out there and just get to playing again.
It's been fun to watch your recovery or what you've shared on social media. And I just, in prepping for this, kind of went back and to that moment and to see your teammates' response, I think was another powerful moment. How have your teammates supported you in the past year in the off season?
Oh, they've been a tremendous support system for me. Some of them were here during the off season, but those that weren't, like everybody's constantly checking in on me, making sure I'm doing well. And just to see that even though we're all not in season, like everybody still cares about you on and off the court. Like it could have easily been, okay, a teammate got injured, we'll see you in, next season. But like they actually take the time out to call me, come visit just to make sure I'm good physically and mentally. And that really means a lot.
So talk about that mental rehab too, and that mental kind of bounce back, because last season you came in and you made an impact fast and big. And then when injury hits, how did you mentally kind of rehab from that moment?
I really think I dug deep into meditation. I downloaded the Headspace app, and that's been tremendous for me. Just giving me a sense of taking my mindset off of the injury and just focus on like, the present moment, and not worry about what happened in the past, not looking too far in the future, just pretty staying present. And that's helped a lot because I've had days when recovery's not going well, and you just get frustrated, get defeated. And just taking that time, little 10 minutes to just sit in yourself and just be with your own thoughts. It's powerful. Not everybody can do it and be comfortable. And I think I really mastered that aspect, and that's helped me a lot.
That's amazing. That's amazing. But you're no stranger to kind of the comeback into a relentless attitude. I mean, you were drafted in 2012 and didn't make your debut until 2019. So talk to me about what those years in between looked like and how you kept the dream alive to keep chasing.
It was tough. After the second year I got cut, I kind of gave up the thought of playing in the WNBA, even just in basketball in general. I feel like, athletes, when you coming out of high school, you have all this hype, and even college, like you expect to make a team. And that was the first time in my life that I've ever got cut from a team. So I didn't know how to process that. So I automatically shut down and was like, forget the league. I'm just focused on overseas, which I did. It benefited me. I was able to grow as a player. Just make changes that I needed to make in order to be a player in a WNBA. And it worked out. 7 years later, I get another call for a contract. And then things just kind of took off from there.
And you also did a little bit of coaching in between there. How do you think that did the coaching at all help your play?
It did, because you get kind of a back behind the scenes insight of what the coaches are looking for in players. Not just how they're performing on the court, like if those who aren't playing, like how's their attitude on the bench? Are you still a supportive teammate? So I think just hearing everybody's thoughts and what they're looking for in players, I kind of just try to channel that within myself. Okay, it's like, okay, this is what they're looking for. I can do this, and more. So that really helped me.
Has your love of basketball changed at all from when you were growing up here in Roxbury through now with kind of those highs and lows post college?
Not really. I mean, you always have your moments where you're over basketball or think about quitting. I just need a break from it. But like the love is always there. Even from a kid from Roxbury, like I used to love playing outdoors in the little summer league gyms, being BL every summer. And just like now being in the pros, it's kind of feel like everybody's good. Everybody on every team is competitive, is skilled. So it's just like a fight every day, and it brings out the competitor in you, like that dog mentality, like when you was playing growing up, like when you first started, the love for the game. And I still have that. That's just something I don't think will ever go away.
I love that. And that makes me think of, I've read a lot about your tattoo. You say your only tattoo. Patience is a virtue. When you look at that, like what goes through your mind to know that you lived and you were patient, and now it's happening for you?
It just when I look at it, it's a reminder of me to just be thankful for what I have now, and don't get too discouraged. I feel like when I got this tattoo was after I was with the Mystics in 2019, and we had won the championship, and it was like this whole journey of like being cut not playing the league, and now being here and I'm winning the championship. It's like, because I was patient. Like, I could have gave up. I could have said it's not for me, but like, just with every aspect of life, not just on the court, just throughout, everyday life, you just, have to keep reminding yourself that what you want or what's for you will be for you in due time. It might not come when you want it or how you want it, but, stay persistent. It's going to come.
Absolutely. And I'm really excited for the season for you guys, because I think there's so much good happening for you guys this season. Even just today, you're probably coming off some sort of a high hearing, Brittany talk about the kind of the culture of the team right now. We're heading into training camp next week. You guys are already practicing. Talk to me about the team dynamic and culture right now.
I think everybody's excited. It's a lot of new faces going to be joining this team next year. And we kind of don't know what to expect. And that could be a good or bad thing. But for us, we're looking at it as a positive. Like, we have a lot of potential prospects and talent coming in that can possibly join our team. Obviously, have returners in BGD, Sophie, Breezy. And we're just excited to see like how we all can gel. And like, we have no expectations. Like, everybody just here, like BG's home. Like, that's what we all wanted. So she's here. So now we can just kind of go into the season and just play and have fun and just shake things up a little bit. We don't have a super team, quote unquote, but we still have some ballers here. And as long as you got BG and D and 10 other players who actually want to come out here and compete, we're going to be all right.
I feel like you're no stranger to the underdog mentality of like, count me out. Fine.
People do that all the time. And somehow I surprise them. Like, you're going to keep counting me out and I'm going to keep showing you why you shouldn't, but it's all good.
What's your best advice to rookies coming in or to new players to the team, to vibe with you guys and to gel quick and to come in and make the impact, whether it's, on the court immediately or even just in the practice gym? What's your best piece of advice to them?
I would say come in and be yourself. Like, you're here for a reason. Like, there's a lot of superstars on this team, but don't come in and shy away from your game. Like, do what got you here. Like, it could be probably intimidating playing against Diana and BG. And, players might come in feeling like, okay, I don't want to do too much. I don't want to step on nobody's toes, but you need to step on some toes to make a team. So play your game. Like, don't back down. We all talk trash. So just be competitors and bring it to them. Like, we'll respect you more if you are playing hard and being your natural self instead of just being like passive and just like in the corner, not, afraid to talk. Like, you got to speak up, got to be yourself.
That's great. That's great. I also want to bring it back to Boston here, because this is where your roots are here. And that's like the first thing. And I know that there's so much more to life than social media, but right when you go to your page, Roxbury roots, what was your experience like growing up here and how did it help shape who you are today?
It was great. Like I said, Boston is a basketball city. So I feel like I've been surrounded by basketball my entire life. And just like having, I went to a school in Melrose, so I was in the MECO program, and just having that different exposure from Boston Public, I was exposed to, different cultures, different types of sports programs, like a lot of stuff that I didn't learn or know about in the school system. Like, just having that, going to Melrose, I think that's just really helped me and just really appreciate where I came from, because when you go to Melrose, everybody's like, oh, you're from Boston, like, you're so cool. But I'm like, Boston's only 20 minutes away. Like, it's not that big of it. I didn't, I'm from down
you can go there too.
Right, you can go there too, but like, everybody's like, oh, Boston. So I think just going to Melrose and seeing like, all right, like, Boston's a big deal. Like, whether it's in the city, out the state, like, we're a big deal. And I take pride. I take pride in being from Roxbury in particular.
Absolutely. And so growing up, I'm sure, were you a Celtics fan? Are you a Celtics fan?
Oh, of course I'm a Celtics fan, yes.
Who did you watch and you were like, you've got it?
I was a big KG. I love when KG came to Celtics. Like, obviously, I watched Paul Pierce and Antoine Walker. I was a big fan of Barrows fan. But KG, when he came, him and Ray Allen, was like, that's when, like, this is the team that we need. And even now, like, I love Tatum. I love Jaylen Brown. I think Brogdon is doing an amazing job at Sixth Man of the Year. So we look good.
You think they're going to pull it off?
I do. I do. I think
there was some hesitation there, Shey.
I support the Phoenix Suns as well. Like, I really want them to win as well too.
Yeah.
Being from Boston, like I want Boston to win. We came so close last year against the Warriors, and I think going against the Warriors in particular, like, they're like the pedestal right now of NBA teams to win it. So to face that and feel how it feels to, almost be there and get it, now, Milwaukee got eliminated. I don't want to jinx anything, but it's like a smooth road to the finals for us.
I love to hear that. I love to hear that. I want to bring it back to the women's game, and just from someone who has had experience in the league for some time now. How have you seen the game grow, the women's game grow, and what do you think still needs to happen?
I mean, I think just the numbers, the viewership, like we growing up in viewerships, even NCAA, like the women's tournament, like killed it this year. Like, and
9 million people, like what?
Killed it. And it's like, put women on TV. Everybody's like, nobody's gonna watch it. Well, you can't watch it if it's not on TV. But if you put it there, you give people a chance to watch it, and you can see the turnout. So I think that we're growing in a sense of like, NBA players, other sports athletes are advocating for us. Hopefully we can expand with some teams and bigger rosters, because that is a problem. All these talented college athletes are coming out, and there's only 144 spots, and a lot of teams already have 10 players already locked down. It's 12 teams, so the spots aren't available. So I think just expanding the teams and the roster will really further help expand us.
And so with that, it gives more opportunity for young athletes coming up. And I know a big mission that you have had has been to inspire this next generation and to lift them up and to bring them up. Last year, when you were playing overseas in Turkey, you came back and gifted a pair of shoes to someone. So talk to me about why it's so important for you specifically to lift up this next generation and show them what's possible.
I think it's important because me in particular, being from Boston, like there's not a lot of hype around women's players coming out of Boston. Like, I think we have the talent, but somewhere between high school and college, the players just don't continue to go through that path. And I think they just need some guidance. And I think for me, it's like, I didn't go to top D1 school. Like I wasn't heavily recruited X, Y, and Z, and I still made it. Like I'm from your city, I still made it. And I just want to show them that, there's other things, not even just outside of Boston, just for girls in general. Like you can get out there and really try to be who you want to be. And I think if more athletes give back to their hometown and other cities, to really show young girls that, you come to our games, yes, we're playing, but even off the court, we're human, we're nice. We still want to help, develop and have that relationship with kids that I think will impact them, moving forward in their life.
So you're being this role model and this influential person to so many young girls. When you look back on your basketball life, who was most influential to you?
It's not just one person. It's really a village. Like I grew up watching a lot of women players in the city. Like I didn't really pay attention too much to like D1 schools, like those superstars or professional athletes. Like I really stayed local. It was Will Blaylock, Tony Lee, I had Mary Lewis, Shalise Smallwood. She went to Northeastern and she was from the city. So like, I just really try to watch them and just see how they operate and they move. Like they was never within the bad crowd. They always just, we could play ball too. You get respect playing basketball in the city. So I think, yeah.
I love it. I love it. Do you come back often?
I try to. It's hard when I'm playing overseas because right after the season, I probably get like a 5-day break and then I'm overseas for 8-9 months. Mm-hmm. But when I can, I try to come home and I'm not able to do much. I'm usually just with my family. Mm-hmm. If I can come home, I'll try to as much as I can.
Any like must visit restaurants or spots in Roxbury?
It's hard because every time I come home, it's a new restaurant.
It's new, right?
It's construction. So I feel like a tourist when I go home, but I like the local spots. It's the spot Flames. It's a Caribbean restaurant. I usually go there every time, or I try to find like a seafood spot somewhere near the water.
There's a new spot you're gonna have to try. Comfort Kitchen.
Comfort Kitchen. Okay.
You gotta go. Before I let you go, I ask everyone this question. When things get tough, and I feel like this is like right up your alley because you've been in it recently. When things get tough and days are hard, practice is hard, rehab is hard, life is hard, do you have a mantra that helps get you through?
Hey, I'm sorry, I don't.
That's okay.
I would just say patience is a virtue. Like I actually have that on my board in the house right now. It's just patience is a virtue because I feel like, the season's coming up and I'm getting anxious and, I'm trying to do too much. I'm just trying to stay calm and I just keep looking at my arm or at the board. Patience is a virtue and just kind of take my time with things.
Amazing. And I lied. One more question. One word to describe game one for you guys when you guys are all back out there together.
Epic.
Amazing.
Epic. Yeah.
Amazing. Well, Shey, thank you so much for taking the time to chat today, and best of luck this season. We'll be rooting for you. And if you ever come back to Boston and you want to swing by the studio, invite's always there.
Appreciate that. And I'm gonna check out Pepper Kitchen too.
Yeah, you better. You better.